If you are a man and you don't sleep well, you might end up having the size of your testes reducing. I was attending a seminar somewhere, and that statement captured my attention greatly because I am a man, and such a thing captures attention easily. That's not the story of the day. Today, I've been getting messages, I've been getting calls, people asking me, Coach Malwa, you talk of sleep as a healer, but why am I waking up every other morning drained, tired, feeling heavy, sometimes even with headaches? Why so? When you say if I sleep 8 hours, 9 hours, 7 hours, I'll be getting a natural healer. So I came to realize that people sleep, yes, but they do it the wrong way. So in today's episode, in today's video, we are going to talk about why sleep doesn't heal. Why sleep doesn't heal. Let nobody cheat you that you'll be healed by sleep. Yes, you will be healed, but only and only if you do it the right way. So, what are some of the things people are doing wrongly during sleep that they wake up drained, they wake up tired, they wake up mentally drained, they wake up heavy? What are they doing wrong? Number one, their sleep timing is broken. Number one, broken sleep timing. What do I mean by broken sleep time? Let's look at Kelvin. Kelvin goes to bed at 1 a.m. every day. He's a busy boy on TikTok, on YouTube, doing some sales online and all that, cryptocurrencies and all that. So he is at night very busy, up to somewhere around 1 or 2 a.m. He wakes up around 8 in the morning. Yes, he has slept over 7 hours. Tick. But why does he wake up drained? He wakes up drained because the body's healing hormone, we call it the growth hormone. The growth hormone of the body is at its peak between 10 p.m. and 2 a.m. in the morning. But now, Kelvin is going to rest or is going to sleep at 1 a.m. So you'll realize that Kelvin misses this window of healing. The growth hormone doesn't function well at that particular hour he goes to sleep. So he misses the window of healing, which happens in between 10 p.m. in the evening and 2 a.m. in the morning. So Kelvin has slept his 8, 7, 9, 10 hours, but he missed the healing window. That's why Kelvin will still wake up broken. He will still wake up unhealed. He will still wake up tired. Why? Because he missed that window. So I'll urge you, for those who asked me this question, I'll urge you to stop going to bed far beyond or after 11 p.m. The latest you can go to bed is around 11 p.m., 10:30 in the p.m., 10 p.m. But if you go to bed beyond that, you'll be missing the healing window, and your healing will drop automatically. So you won't heal well because you missed that window. So check on your habit, on your sleeping habit. If you go to bed beyond 11 p.m., then you are doing wrong. You will never heal. Sleep will never heal you. Sleep will be your enemy instead. You'll just be resting your body, but doing very little healing. Point number 2, what most people do wrong is going to bed while stressed. Most people go to bed while stressed, especially with this hustler thing, with this hustler nation, with this hard life, we might say. people are overworking. People are busy. Look at Maria. Maria goes to bed around 9 in the PM. But she is full of stress and thoughts from work because she's busy. She's employed. She has a business. She's doing some side hustles. She's just a busy lady. Yes, she has a good habit of going to bed very early. That's a very good for Maria. Keep up. But as she lies down, her brain is still busy at work, very busy awake. Yes, she's lying down, but her brain is very much awake. This raises what we call the cortisol. Cortisol is a stress hormone. And this cortisol blocks what we call melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone. So your brain is busy, stressed. It raises what we call cortisol. This cortisol, now the brain is already occupied by cortisol. It is going to block the melatonin. Melatonin is a sleep hormone. So Maria sleeps, yes, but she is never healing from sleep. Why? Because her brain is busy working. Her brain is still stressed up. She will still wake up tired. She will still wake up, drained. She will still wake up heavy. Why? Because her brain wasn't sleeping. Yes, her body was sleeping, but her brain was busy. The cortisol was high. If that habit continues with you, then you will never get enough healing from sleep. Because the moment you go to sleep with stress, then your body will never produce melatonin. And melatonin is what is needed for you to sleep. Check on that. If that is a habit you have, sleeping while stressed. Maybe stress at work, maybe relationship stress, maybe, whichever stress that is disturbing you, then you go to sleep with that stress. You will never get healing from sleep because you'll be just wasting time on that bed. Point 3, why most people never get healing from sleep. Too much light exposure at night. Brian goes to sleep very early. He has a habit of sleeping by 10:30 p.m. So he turns off the lights. But unfortunately, because he is a young gentleman, he keeps watching Netflix for some time. For a few minutes, he says that, let me watch Netflix for a few minutes. Wacha nimalizie aka ka movie. That's what they say. The blue light from the computer or laptop or maybe the phone, the smartphone, is telling Brian's brain that, you know what, it is still daytime. Because that's what the brain perceives. The blue light is seen as daytime. So this delays the melatonin production by some hours. Remember, I talked of melatonin in the last point. So this delays, the light delays melatonin production for some hours. So if he went to bed to sleep around, say, 10 in the PM, and he watches the Netflix for some few minutes or for some few hours on the bed, then melatonin will be delayed for some few hours. So he assumes he went to bed at 10 p.m., but in reality, he started sleeping maybe at around 1 a.m. Why? Because that's when maybe melatonin was produced. So Brian will fall asleep eventually, yes, but his sleep will be shallow. Brian will fall asleep, yes. He might fall asleep even at around 11 in the PM. But melatonin will start being produced at around maybe 1 a.m. He fell asleep 11 p.m. That's when the body was just resting, not sleeping. But his sleep will eventually start at around 1 a.m. So Brian will never get healing from sleep. Why? Because the poor habit he does, sleeping, going to bed early, but melatonin will start producing very late in the night. So Brian will still wake up unhealed. Why? Because his brain was still perceiving that it is daytime. So Brian will wake up with headaches. Brian will wake up with low energy. Brian will feel like, hey, na hii usingizi hainisaidii, mi huenda kulala mapema, but I never get healing from that. Why? Because the lights makes the brain perceive that it is still daytime. And so, since the brain is still perceiving that it is still daytime, then melatonin production will be later in the night. Point 4, late night eating and drinking. I think this is easier. This is very easy to explain because Anita eats her dinner in the 10 p.m. after work because this is the only time she gets time, according to her. This is the only time she has, according to Anita. So she sleeps with a full stomach. Anita will go to bed with a very full stomach. That's not a problem. It's good to eat. Usilale njaa. But what is the main problem now? The body spends most of the night digesting food instead of repairing cells, muscles, and the brain. So the body will be busy digesting rather than repairing. So Anita's body was busy digesting other than repairing the muscles, repairing the cells, repairing the brain. So Anita will not get the healing from sleep. Why? Because her brain wasn't functioning to that direction. Her brain was busy, her brain was busy digesting the food. Her body was busy digesting the food. So she couldn't get the healing. So she will wake up bloated and tired instead of healed and refreshed. So not because she didn't sleep, but because she slept, yes, but her body or her mind or her brain was busy doing something else. That's why scientists will advise you that eat some 2, 3, or 4 hours before sleep, so that your stomach has already digested, the digestion has already been done, and you are free now. Your brain is free now to do something else while sleeping. But most people, since that's the only time they have late in the night to eat, they will never get healing. They will never get healing because their body is busy doing something else rather than healing itself. Number 5, drinking alcohol to help sleep. Most people never get healing from sleep. Why? Because they drink alcohol before they go to sleep. James enjoys some 2 beers before bed. He claims that is how his body relaxes. Yes, alcohol makes him fall asleep faster. That's true. It is very much true. Alcohol will help him relax and fall asleep faster. But it blocks what we call the REM sleep. The REM sleep, this is the stage that restores the mind. The stage that restores the mind. So if the stage of restoring the mind has been blocked, then there's no way you are going to get the best out of sleep. Why? Because you will wake up foggy, you will wake up irritable, you will wake up unrefreshed. Because your REM was blocked. The body slept, yes, but the brain didn't. Whenever you take alcohol before you go to sleep or some hours before sleep, your REM will be blocked. And if this REM has been blocked, then it will mean your brain won't heal. Like the stage that restores the mind won't be reached. So it is better to avoid drinking anything, any drug before sleep, because it blocks the REM sleep. You will fall asleep, and these guys usually sleep for very long. They can even sleep for 12 hours, but they still wake up drained, tired, and irritable. They feel like they are foggy. Why? Because the REM was not reached. The REM sleep was never reached. That is dangerous. That is something to be avoided. Avoid alcohol at all costs before sleep. I'm not discouraging you. I'm not discouraging you from drinking, but I'm telling you that if it is drinking, drink some maybe 4, 3, 5 hours before thinking of sleeping, because you'll be just draining your body for nothing. You will fall asleep, yes, but you won't get the best out of that sleep. Number 6, sleeping in poor environment. Most people sleep, yes, but what kind of environment do they sleep in? Lydia, for example, sleeps in a noisy room, thin curtains, and bright street lights outside. There are those houses, just next to the road. Those houses next to the road. So all the light from the street lights is pouring in. All the noise from the vehicles, from the motorcycles, from people is pouring in. So you realize that, yes, you are sleeping, but the environment isn't good. Why? Because due to this bad environment, Lydia wakes up multiple times in the night without even noticing. We call this micro awakenings. Micro awakenings. Micro awakenings. These micro awakenings now will interfere with your sleep. Even if though she sleeps 8 hours, the healing is always interrupted every other few minutes, every other few hours. When the car comes hooting, pop, you stuka. Even if you won't notice that you woke up, but your brain woke up. So the healing is always interrupted. The body is resting, yes, but never deeply enough to repair. If you want maximum healing out of sleep, always watch out the kind of environment you are sleeping in. The other video I was talking about, never in bright room. Don't sleep in a bright place like this. Seated right now. Never sleep in a noisy environment. Never sleep in in a room where you want with insects like the bed bugs. They are biting you, you wake up, you can't get the maximum out of sleep because the healing pattern is interfered every other time, and you won't get the maximum. Even though you went to bed for 8, 9, 10 hours, you just wasted your night because you will never get the maximum out of that bed. Reason number 7 you don't get maximum healing out of sleep is lack of enough exercise. So how does this affect your sleep? Let's look at Sarah. Sarah is a busy lady in an office. She is seated for over 8 hours every day and barely moves. At night, she falls asleep easily because actually she's even tired of just sitting. Actually can make you tired. Just sitting for long hours can make you tired. So she falls asleep easily, but she doesn't get deep sleep. Why? The reason being, the body repairs more if the muscles have been used. The body repairs more and to the fullest if the muscles have been used. But if the muscles haven't been used, then forget it. The body won't repair because it hasn't been challenged. So movement will trigger deep healing because the brain is busy trying to heal the muscles and repairing the muscle. And in the due process, you are getting healing. You are getting healing from other ailments or from other challenges or from other diseases that you might be having, because now the brain is busy healing and repairing. But if you stayed long without motion, without movement, now the brain hasn't been challenged. The brain was not challenged, so it has no business healing you because it wasn't been challenged. So it is advisable that at least you have exercise, you do movement. In the other video I was saying, move. It doesn't matter whether you are doing marathons or doing what, but at least make your body move. Do those exercises, dance, walk, do whatever, swim, so that the body or the brain is challenged and it will start its repairing and getting busy repairing, and you'll be healed in the due course. Number 8, ignoring the hidden sleep disorders. Tony thinks snoring is normal, and most people think snoring is a very normal thing. But he actually has sleep apnea. Sleep apnea. This is when you stop breathing dozens of times while asleep. Sleep apnea is when you stop breathing several times while asleep. So every time that happens, the body comes out of deep sleep. It feels like it is going to die. So every time the sleep apnea happens, your body comes out of the deep sleep. So no deep sleep, no healing. During this point or during this time is when maybe blood pressure might arise. At this point is when your blood pressure arises, your weight increases, and you are tired the whole day. Even though you tell people, me, I usually sleep 8 hours. I usually sleep 9 hours. I usually sleep 10 hours. But why am I not getting healing? Why am I waking up tired? Why am I waking up drained? Why? Because you ignore the hidden sleep disorders. So those are the 8 points as to why you never get maximum healing out of sleep. Well, while sleep was designed to be a natural healer. You are designed to heal every single night because during the day you go through a lot. So you are designed to, or the night was designed to heal you. But people never get maximum healing out of sleep. Why? Because of the 8 reasons I have just mentioned. Your body wants to repair you, but healing requires the right conditions. Once you improve on these sleeping habits, I'm telling you, healing will be normalized in your life. Once you improve on these sleeping habits, healing will be a normal thing in your life because, sleeping doesn't need money. You don't need money to buy sleep. You don't need money to buy some of these natural things, including sleep. Well, all you need is just to observe on your habits, the kind of habits you incorporate during, before, and even after sleep. Once you improve on these habits, you'll be shocked on how your energy, your mood, and your health is going to transform forever, naturally and cheaply. If you will improve on these 8 mentioned habits, you'll be shocked on how your mood, energy, and health is going to transform forever because it is natural, it is for free, and it is everywhere. Everybody has that. You have the power to sleep, but how you are going to sleep matters a lot. How you sleep matters a lot. If you found this video helpful, if you found this video educative, if you found this video transformative, please hit the like button, subscribe, share with someone who you think is always struggling with sleep. There are many people out there who are struggling with sleep. Please share this video with them so that they can learn something. They can change a habit. Maybe it is a habit they do, they don't know it is bad. Share this video with them and let them learn, let them change, let them transform, and let them get the maximum out of sleep. Subscribe if you haven't for more videos like this, for more educative videos like this. My name is Coach Malwa. Thank you for watching to the end, and see you at your best. Let sleep be a natural healer. Thank you very much.